So this is my 2021 Tesla Model 3 Performance. I picked it up a little less than 3 years ago in December of 2020, and I really love this car. It's a lot of fun, but Tesla's doing an FSD transfer offer before the end of the quarter, so I'm trying to sell it. So this could be yours. The same car you've seen in all my FSD videos. Midnight Silver, Tesla Model 3 Performance, white interior. It's got an unplugged performance coilover suspension, and it has FSD right now, but I'm going to transfer this out, so the car is being sold without FSD. So let's just do a quick walk around the car, and then we'll go for a drive. So the car is about 55,000 miles on it. I've taken good care of it. I think it's in pretty good condition, but there are kind of, some minor blemishes and scratches, as you can imagine, after 55,000 miles. Here there's something in the front here. Can't really see it unless you look closely. There's like a minor scratch on the door somewhere. It's kind of hard to see, but it's somewhere there at the bottom of the driver's side door. But something I don't even really see day to day. And oh yeah, someone did break into the car in San Francisco, so there is a little bit of marks from where the glass hit the car. And there's a little mark here. Somebody bumped into it or something like that. And I think some of the rims have a little bit of curb rash. Let's see, I think it's this side. Oh. Which ones was it? Oh yeah, here. But overall, I think it's a beautiful car. I think you're really gonna enjoy it. Makes me smile every time I look at it, and man, with the dual motor performance, it's so fun to drive. So let's go take it for a spin. And yeah, I hope you like it. The reserve for the auction starting at $20,000. So if you're looking to get a Tesla for the first time, or a new Tesla if you're already an existing Tesla customer, this is a great car. I'm still enjoying driving it. It's still great. Couldn't recommend it enough. So here we are in the car. It still runs great, just like it's new or better. And I mean, I think this is such a great car, whether you love to drive or you're a commuter. You can't go better than the Tesla Model 3 Performance. It's really incredible. Because if you want to drive, you've got two motors in the front and the back. The thing can go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. So, boom. It's a lot of fun. Pretty much everywhere you go, you'll be having a blast. It's got great handling with the battery pack, the low center of gravity. If you need to zip around an urban area, you really can't beat this thing. You'll be weaving through traffic, having a great time. But it's also got the full self-driving, which is also really handy for commuting, for getting to where you want. You can actually just have this car, give it a destination, tell it where you want to go, and it can potentially take you the entire way there. Now, again, the FSD package isn't going to be included in this, so you're going to have to subscribe for $200 a month if you want it, but I'll show you how it works on this car. And this is, exactly how I'm going to be selling the car. Alright, so I've entered the destination that I want the car to drive to. We're about 13 minutes away, and so I'll just turn it on by pressing the gear stalk, and we're off just like that. So you can see, even though there's no lane markings on the street here, the car is able to drive, it's able to figure out where to go. See that pedestrian on the side? It sees them, it draws them here. Now it's going to make a right turn cautiously, making sure, of course, that there's no cars coming. Stopping, creeping forward for visibility. It says what it's thinking right there. And there you go. It made a right turn by itself. Now we have another right turn coming up onto High Ridge Road in about half a mile. Notice there's someone sweeping in the street, but the car keeps an appropriate distance, no problem. And you can see them drawn in the visualization there. The car can see that they're there, but is handling it appropriately. And of course, this gets software updates. So just like your iPhone downloads a software update and it gets better over time, adds new features, they have the self-driving software updates and the software updates for the center console. So the features on the touchscreen are going to continue to improve over time. The self-driving is going to continue to improve over time. And it just downloads, you can install it while you sleep, and then your car will just have this new functionality. And even if you don't want to pay for the full self-driving, you still get the free autopilot, which lets you drive in one lane. So that's super handy on highways, and that comes for free on the car. Right, now we're making another right turn, creeping forward for visibility. Looks like it's clear. There's a Tesla Model Y. Teslas are super popular in this area. And there's another Tesla Model Y. So yeah, I think this is a great car for anybody. If you have seen my videos of FSD driving around, that could be your car. That is this car. So, I mean, I think it's a completely different experience. Oh, there's two more Teslas. So, you know, these are super popular for a reason here in California, because they're awesome. And I think it's just a completely different experience of driving a car. Even if you love driving, you know, I love driving, but not everybody loves driving all the time. When you're sitting in a traffic jam on the 405 at 8 in the morning, you're sleepy, and you're going 9 miles an hour, that's not necessarily the time where you feel like, I really need to feel the joy of driving. No, at that point it's kind of a pain. So you can turn it on and turn it off as you see fit. So if I decided that I wanted to do something myself, all I have to do is just take the wheel. See, I'm now driving myself, and then I can let go and I can hand it back to the car. So it's this really great experience if you're, you know, squeamish about self-driving. And, you know, you do have to be aware, you have to pay attention. It's going to monitor to make sure you're paying attention. But, you know, if you're kind of nervous about sitting in the back seat of a self-driving car, this is a good compromise, because you're still in the front seat, you're still watching, and you can still take control whenever you need to. All right, now we're going to be making a right turn here. You can see the car's being highlighted in blue. That means I'm waiting for this car to pass before I continue. Okay, good. All clear. And now we continue. And you can set it to go a little over the speed limit. I told it to go 15% over the speed limit. So you can see here the speed is 40, but it's chosen to go 46. And that's pretty good for keeping up with LA traffic in my experience. Now, I'm in LA right now, but I can deliver this car either to LA or the Bay Area, depending on what the buyer prefers. The reserve price is going to start at $20,000, so for $20,000 or above, I'll sell it. I personally am hoping it'll go over $30,000, but we'll see what you guys think it's worth. And if you're a fan of my videos and want to meet me or have me sign something or whatever. Not that I think I'm that famous, but if you do, then I can throw that in. So you can see how it's slowing down because of these cars in front. And the really incredible thing is it's doing this all with camera vision. So this is some of the most advanced AI you can get in any car right now. So we're continuing for about 1.9 miles, and then we're going to be making a left turn. And you can use the scroll wheel, you can set the speed. Right now you can see the max speed is set to 40. So if I wanted it to go 45, I can just scroll that up and it'll go 45. If I want it to go slower, I can just scroll that down and it'll start going 40. This car also has an incredible sound system. You know, I just have so much fun listening to music in this thing. I think, you know, anybody's going to be blown away. It just sounds great. So it's really nice to be able to travel, just say where you want to go or tap on the touch screen and just enjoy the music while your car handles most of the driving and you supervise. It's really just a completely different interface for driving. All right, we're now stopping. It was a red light, but it's turned green now. And you can actually see in the visualization there, if you see these green lights, it actually draws the traffic lights so you can see what it's seeing. And it highlights the traffic lights that it thinks applies to it. Alright, let's increase the speed a little. Alright, so the screen is in dark mode now. I guess the sun has gone down enough that it thinks it's okay to enter dark mode. And up ahead is where we're going to make a left. There we go, dipping into the left turn lane. Oh, that wasn't good. Not sure why I did that. But another thing about this car, it's got the unplugged performance suspension, coilover suspension. So you can actually adjust it up and down, and if you want to go to the track, you can lower it. If you want a more comfortable ride for the road, you can then raise it again. So a little bit better than the stock suspension. You know, unplugged performance is amazing. So definitely go check them out as well. So here you can see we have to make a left turn, but there's no left turn arrow. Okay, here we go. So waited for the right moment, and then it made the left turn. Just like a human would. People definitely don't realize how advanced the FSD technology is on this car already. And of course, it's going to continue to improve through software updates. So I don't want anyone to be too complacent. Obviously, you have to be aware, you have to be watching. If I start using my phone, it's going to beep at me. It's very much not at the take a nap phase yet, even though it looks like it's doing really well. You have to monitor it. It can still do weird things, like we saw. It kind of had that jerking motion. And you know, if it did something really weird, I might have to take over, turn it off. But that's really easy to do. You just grab the wheel. So definitely pay attention, but you know, you can imagine how this removes a lot of fatigue, where I don't have to turn the wheel. The car actually can just predict how it needs to turn the wheel and the accelerator pedal and the brake to get to the destination on its own. And this is a more challenging hilly environment here. You can see it handles it just as well as it handled the major roads. This is probably the most annoying part of the software. NHTSA has demanded that they stop to 0 every time. But you can press the accelerator pedal and get it to go faster if you want, but kind of annoying that it'll stop to 0. I mean, this is California, right? Originally, it actually did make a California stop, as they call it, but NHTSA had them remove that. Okay, now here's a great example. So you got a narrow road, and it waited for the car, and then just goes naturally. Isn't this software incredible? You could own this car. Buy it, I'm telling you. It'll change your life to have this technology. Alright, moving along now. Narrow residential street here. Lots of cars parked. Okay, there's a pedestrian and a dog. Notice how it's slowing. It's stopping. And now that they've passed, it's continuing. So you don't have to do anything most of the time. It can often do entire drives without me touching a thing. But again, be aware. So there you have it. Full self-driving beta, Tesla Model 3 performance. This is going to be on carsandbids.com. So please go bid on it. It pains me to part with this car, but I have to take advantage of the FSD transfer. So go ahead and bid, and you could own my Model 3 performance. Thanks for watching.